much better is Indiana's defense?
A lot better. I think Coach Christie's probably most proud of that. I think in the second half we were really good. Well, they finished with 75 points. We usually win when we hold teams.
If Caitlin Clark is on the team, it becomes the right team. Because Caitlin Clark is on it. It's like saying Michael.
Geno Auriemma just called out UConn fans for not showing up to games. But we've got a challenge for you. Watch this video and tell us if the real problem is in the stands or on the sidelines.
Have this tremendous appreciation for when their teammates do something well. That's hard. That's hard. It's really hard.
One, they fall in love with all my players because of the way they play and the way they conduct themselves. And they go, yeah, he really is.
We're about to show you how one recruiting miss changed everything for UConn. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. You'll see the exact moment Auriemma could have landed Caitlin Clark, why he passed, and how that decision's coming back to haunt him. By the end, you'll be the judge. Is UConn's empty arena problem about the fans, or is it all on Geno? Picture this. UConn's arena, once the hottest ticket in town, now feels like a ghost town. What happened? Let's rewind to the glory days. Fans used to line up for hours, desperate to catch a glimpse of UConn's basketball magic. Every game was a sellout.
I know players do that. That's just part of the game. And if you're going to do that to somebody, you better be ready for what comes back at you.
Game in the Bahamas, UConn played for 567 people.
The energy electric. You couldn't find an empty seat if you tried. But now, Geno's screaming at rows of empty chairs. The numbers are shocking. We're talking a nosedive from packed houses of 10,000 plus fans to nights where barely 4,000 show up. That's wild. UConn's attendance crisis is real and it's hitting hard.
When I look at my team, they know this. When I watch game film, I'm checking what's going on the bench.
It really hits when you see these, they're like, oh, the fans need to spend more money. The reality is fans need to spend money the way they want to spend money.
You know what's even crazier? While UConn's seats are collecting dust, Iowa's arena is bursting at the seams. Caitlin Clark steps on the court, and bam, 15,000 fans appear like she's some kind of basketball wizard. The contrast is mind-blowing. So what gives? Is it just about winning? UConn's still good, right? But maybe Geno missed something bigger. The atmosphere at Iowa games is electric. Fans can't get enough of Clark's dynamic style. It's not just basketball, it's a show. Meanwhile, UConn games feel quiet, less exciting. People aren't just showing up for wins anymore. They want star power. They want excitement. Imagine being a UConn fan right now. You're used to your team dominating, to feeling like you're watching basketball royalty.
Talking about LeBron.
Oh, LeBron. Oh, yeah, Dylan Brooks. Yeah.
Okay? Like, if you're going to say that, then you better back it up.
He did not back it up.
Okay?
Which foot to use as a pivot foot, and they're going to act like they're really good players. You see it all the time. You see it at every AAU tournament. You see it every high school game.
Now you're looking at half-empty stands, wondering where everyone went. It's not just about the numbers. It's about the energy, the buzz, the feeling that you're part of something special. And here's the kicker. This isn't just a UConn problem. It's a sign that women's basketball is changing. Fans are craving more than just wins. They want personality, they want flair, they want players who make them jump out of their seats. Clark delivers that in spades, and Iowa's packed arena proves it. So the big question is, did Geno miss the boat? Did he stick to his old playbook while the game changed around him? UConn's empty seats might be saying more than any stats ever could. It's not just about putting a winning team on the court anymore. It's about putting on a show that people can't resist. And right now that show's happening in Iowa, not Connecticut. Speaking of missing the boat, let's talk about the biggest what if in women's college basketball. Imagine if Michael Jordan never played for North Carolina. That's basically what happened when Geno Auriemma looked at high school phenom Caitlin Clark and said, nah, not for us.
He kind of bobbled the pass and then got an and one, missed the free throw, and we came up with it, and then Kels scored. I think that definitely gave us some confidence and allowed us to kind of settle in.
It's Caitlin Clark's world. We just live on planet Caitlin.
Caitlin Clark was the hottest recruit in the country. Every coach in America was drooling over her highlight reels. Notre Dame, Oregon, Texas, they were all lining up to offer her a scholarship. But Geno, he didn't even pick up the phone. Can you believe it? So why did the mastermind behind UConn's dynasty pass on a generational talent? Here's the kicker. Geno thought Clark wouldn't fit into UConn's system. He was all about discipline and team play. But Clark? She was out there launching threes from the logo and throwing no-look passes like it was nothing. Geno saw that and thought, too risky for us. Meanwhile, Iowa's coach is probably thanking his lucky stars every night. He saw what Geno couldn't. A player who doesn't just play basketball, but puts on a show that people can't get enough of. We're talking deep threes that make you jump out of your seat, passes that leave defenders spinning, and a swagger that fills arenas.
Leader, one of the best teammates I've ever had, so it's fun getting to watch her have some success.
You mentioned a tough start.
It's fun to kind of look back. Like, people always ask me, like, what's your favorite road arena? And I'm like, they're all so different and unique in their own way. And
now, Geno's watching Clark break records while his own arena gathers cobwebs. Ouch. It's not just about the stats, though. Clark's turned Iowa into must-see TV. Every game feels like an event. Fans aren't just showing up to watch basketball. They're there to see Caitlin Clark do something amazing. You know what's crazy? Geno's changed his tune now. He's out here calling Clark a generational talent and a game changer. Talk about a 180, but it's too late. The moment that's probably keeping Geno up at night? When Clark led Iowa to victory over UConn in the 2024 NCAA Final Four. That game wasn't just a win, it was like watching the torch being passed. So here's Geno, the coach who built a dynasty, realizing he might have missed out on the future of women's basketball, all because he couldn't see past his own playbook. It's a reminder that sometimes the game changes faster than we do.
it's definitely fun for us. It's fun for a lot of fans in the Midwest that, cheered us on when we were in college.
Right there to congratulate me or just be somebody that's offered advice. So to pass somebody like her, I'm just forever thankful that she's been such.
And if you're not willing to adapt, you might just find yourself watching the next big thing from the sidelines. Let's face it, Geno bet against the future of women's basketball, and now he's paying the price. But here's the thing. It's not just about Caitlin Clark. It's about giving fans what they're craving. Excitement, star power, and a show that'll blow their minds. Geno's realizing he needs to change his game plan. He's seeing that the old school UConn style just isn't cutting it anymore. Fans want more than just wins. They want to be on the edge of their seats, watching players who make their jaws drop. So here's the million-dollar question. Can Geno adapt? Or are those empty seats at UConn gonna be the new normal? It's like he's standing at a crossroads. Does he stick to his guns and hope fans come back? Or does he embrace the flashy, star-driven style that's filling arenas elsewhere? The clock's ticking, and Geno's gotta make a move. The future of UConn basketball might just depend on it.